Welcome, gamers! Today we're going to take a look at a classic arcade light gun game from back in 1984 called Turkey Shoot. So this game was developed by Williams Electronics, better known today as WMS Industries, and it was a fun, fast-paced, very challenging, and actually quite comical light gun game, where players took on the role of a turkey Terminator whose task was stopping bands of turkey bandits from looting local businesses. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so here we are in the first stage of the game. As you're about to see, this game is incredibly challenging. And what makes it so incredibly challenging is the fact that your aiming reticule is nothing more than a tiny dot on the screen, making it really difficult to see exactly where you're even aiming at. So another thing to note is that the AI in this game is actually really smart. After turkeys grab their loot and try to make a run for it, shooting them down results in other turkeys quickly coming to grab the fallen loot and make off with it as well. So after hitting a turkey, they turn into a giant turkey roast and simply disintegrate into a pile of bones in the ground. Some of the turkeys are more aggressive and harder to catch than others. They move in these very haphazard manner. Watch what happens with this turkey once he grabs his loot. You can see now they just go nuts. They just start flying all over the place. And you can see as that one turkey dropped his loot, the other one just came right up and grabbed it, just like maybe a second later. And so players do have some advantages in this game though. You have a primary attack, which is your gun. Then you have a secondary and third attacks. Your secondary attack is your gobble attack, which freezes everything on place in the screen so that you can better accurately hit your enemies. And your third attack is bomb attack, and if that's placed properly, it can actually do a lot of damage. The freeze attack is good for scenes like right here where the flying turkeys are trying to attack the helicopter on top of the Justice Hall. That way you can just freeze all the turkeys that are flying through the air, and it just gives you an extra second or so to target them out before they hit it. Once turkeys enter a business to grab some loot, it's usually about 5 seconds later that they re-emerge to try to make a run for it, giving players ample time to prepare for their escape. Now, there's also innocents in this game, including pedestrians and cops. Hitting them results in the end of the round, forcing players to have to restart all over again. Often the turkeys will hide behind pedestrians, making it very difficult to target them without hitting the innocents themselves. And that was actually the hardest part about this game, because you have this tiny little aiming reticule, and here you have the turkeys hiding behind the pedestrians and the cops, etc. And it's so easy to miss and accidentally hit the pedestrians instead. And so you get 3 foul-ups in this game, so you can mess up with 3 rounds. After that, there's no continues to be had, unfortunately. So that was one of the drawbacks I didn't like about this game. It would have been cool if they'd offered some continues where you could continue off where you had started, where you last ended the game. So the turkeys are super fast. They will often move in haphazard manners, dropping loot momentarily while spinning around aimlessly, making them quite difficult to target with such a tiny reticule to aim with. Challenges include large groups of turkeys trying to loot the town all at once, and flying attack turkeys who try to destroy the Justice Hall. And so you actually have kind of like a mix. You get to later stages, and you actually have the situation where you have, not only do you have to defend the helicopter and the Justice Hall from all these flying turkeys, but you can see right here, you also have turkey bandits trying to rob all the local stores at the same time. So it gets really tricky. So One of the turkey vehicles looks like a cross between a Batmobile and a hearse. You may have seen that. That was a blue vehicle that just came out a moment ago. And it's kind of odd that they did that. It does look like something like a Batmobile of some sorts. Another thing to note about the turkeys is that in some stages they will cloak themselves to hide among the pedestrians. So that part is really difficult. You know, you can use your freeze attack to reveal their true nature. But then again, you only have like a second, and then they start hiding again behind the pedestrians themselves. So my biggest complaints about this game are the impossible to track aiming reticule. I mean, it's so small. It would have been nice if they actually given you a solid target to work with, rather than this tiny little dot in the screen. It's just really tricky, you know, and plus the characters, it's how fast these turkeys move that makes it really tough to take them out. And then there's no continues, and that would have been nice to actually have, you know, because it's like, you can continue, there's a continue screen, but it takes you right back to the beginning of the game again. Unfortunately, I am running this in MAME. I did try to pull up the service menu. There was none. It's just basically a blank statement from Williams about the development and the publishing of the game and dates, etc. And that was it. It was a lot of fun to play. I really had fun doing this. The flying turkeys felt like something out of Tari's River Raid. It was kind of odd. It was really unexpected. You can see right there, I just accidentally hit one of the cops, and that got me killed. So, anyways, a lot of fun to play. This does run pretty well on MAME. This is sort of a lesser known game. I was trying to look for something. You know, we got a few holidays coming up here soon, including Thanksgiving, and I was trying to look for something cool to put up. So, anyways, many thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. And until next time, take care.